Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening for all of you. We are very happy to have this event where we are launching the RoboGarden camps for the GCC region. And we hope you enjoy this meeting where we are going to present the RoboGarden team as well as some users from the GCC region who have already had experience with us. So first, we are going to talk to Dr. Dr. Bassett Abdullah. He is the VP for Products and Technology at RoboGarden. And Dr. Bassett, we would like to know from you. We want you to share with us more about RoboGarden, the achievements of these camps that we are launching in the GCC region, and what you're still looking up to.
Good morning in Bettina from Canada, and good evening and good afternoon for all our partners and the clients in Middle East. I am delighted to talk to you. I know that these are nice days and we have Eid Adha this week, so happy feast for everyone. So thank you, Bettina, for the introduction and for the camps. We are so excited to launch our camps in the Middle East, in Egypt and GCC region. So for RoboGarden background, if it is new for some of our clients in the region, RoboGarden is an EdTech Canadian company that work for training of digital skills. RoboGarden built its own platform for digital skills training to embed the gamification engine to help new learners to love coding. So everything around us is coding. This microphone is working with coding. This internet is working with coding. Air conditioning is working with coding. Cars now moving autonomously with coding. And so students in the new era should learn how to deal with coding, not like something to be aware of in the university. It needs to be part of our basic science. So we built our platform in the last decade in 2016. And actually we have a bunch of students learning in our platform. We have more than 600 students, 600,000 students all over the world playing. We have 10 million line of code written over RoboGarden. So basically we have two products for the K-12 education. We have the playground, which is a complete curriculum for schools. This is known for schools. They are using it to teach coding in a systematic way in the gamified platform. It's a roadmap. Students start by moving robot for steps up and down and the front and the back and right and left and looking like playing in a maze, and then start to optimize this using loops. Instead of writing 10 lines, he start writing, repeat these 10 times and so on. Now students, after creating these scripts, the students would like to make something that has an outcome, like to create a project, like to leverage his creativity, her creativity, to have something outside this constrained learning environment. So the students would like to build. So actually we call it internally in RoboGarden as the creativity triangle. We have game and the app and the AI. So the students actually using the same blocks to start making outcomes and start pushing products to the Play Store. So it's a key for the entrepreneurship. So the students know how to establish the concept of learn to earn, which is the slogan of RoboGarden. This is why we are excited to have this. This is in our camps where after we leverage the students. Some of students already know about the playground. They can start creating projects, even if they are coming from their homes to practice sometime in summer. They can start directly to our camps, which is synchronous online sessions. They have the instructor in just 5 sessions in 10 hours. They can learn how to build something in their vacation, and even they can start in our levels in weekends and winter breaks and so on. So I love to start with this introduction to know about our company, and also to know what is the difference between products of playgrounds that schools already know about and the camps that is usually used by students and the families in the breaks, the summer break, winter break, and weekends.
Very nice, Dr. Bassett. Thank you for sharing all this with you. And I've also been with RoboGarden since 2017 as a K-12 specialist. And I really fell in love with the tool because I really believe everyone should learn coding. And if we can do this in a fun way, in a gamified way, that's even better. And we are in a world that students really have to be able to master the technology we are living in. And we have to give every child a chance to learn coding, because otherwise, how will they understand how this world that we live in functions, where everything depends on coding? How are we going to understand how our lives are shaped by the algorithms we use every day on social media and other areas of life where we interact with each other? And I also strongly believe that we should provide children with the resources to learn to solve problems and to understand the high technical world, so that they also can be able to compete in an ever evolving market. So I really believe this. And when I saw RoboGarden, I saw there was a chance for us to really help students learn in large scale all of these necessary skills. So now I want to move forward and talk to our master instructor at RoboGarden, Nicole Woodland. And Nicole has been a great part of these camps. She has lots of experience as an instructor within the camps. So, hi, Nicole. What I want to know from you, through your previous experience with students in the camps, is how you see them going through the camps, and how what they learn while they are using the RoboGarden platform. And then I would like to know from you if you would recommend the summer camps in partnership with Bow Valley College, and why. So tell us a bit about your experience and about your recommendation about the camps, please. We can't hear you, Nicole.
Sorry.
Nice to be with you.
Thank you so much. Those are great questions. Clear example of why we need to be technologically adept in our current society. So thank you for that. Yes, absolutely. So I have had the opportunity, I've been working with RoboGarden for a number of years as well, as an instructor with various programs. And one of my favorite programs is actually working with the children that do the kids camps programs with our platform. And one of the reasons that I love doing this is just because I can see their excitement. The moment that they get access to those platforms, they're just like sitting at their desk, they're just like vibrating, waiting to get into this platform and to start work. And what's cool about it is they don't even realize that they're working, because it's so much fun. And they just keep going, and they're learning all of these amazing skills: critical thinking, problem solving, how to collaborate and help each other if they get stuck on something. And then the actual technical skills that we're really here to try and help give them. So how to actually code, how to sequence things together to solve a specific problem that we've put in front of them. And so they work their way through this platform, and they get more and more experienced, and they develop more and more of these programmatical thinking skills and ability to solve more and more complex problems. And they're just having fun as they do it. And by the end of this, they have this amazing skill set that they don't even sometimes fully realize, which is fabulous. And they're able to develop this piece of software, right? That's what Dr. Bassett was talking about. They have something that they can publish to the game store, that they can sit and share with their friends, or send a link and share with somebody to play. And they're super proud of it. And that is just so great to see. So it's really neat seeing this learning journey from many of them never seen coding before to coming away with a fully functioning piece of software, a little app that they can use. And so I really enjoy being part of that process and helping to guide these kids through that process of learning how to become little coders. And so seeing that is so incredible, because like Dr. Bassett said, our world is moving more and more towards this technological space, and the more opportunities that we can give these children to participate in this environment, the more prepared they're going to be for their future, however that ends up looking in the technological space, as users or as programmers or as engineers, whatever that may look like for them. Yeah, very fun, very exciting.
Thank you. Go ahead.
For Bow Valley College, so I'm really excited to partner with Bow Valley College. They're a great institution. They're located downtown here in Calgary, and it's just a really great post-secondary with some amazing programs. And I love the summer camp offering that's coming up. It's a couple hours a day, right? 2 hours for 5 days, a total of 10 hours. And it's like the perfect amount of time to allow these kids to engage in this type of learning, and then they can continue on with their summer plans. So I'm really excited to meet all the children this year.
Very nice, Nicole. It's lovely to see your excitement and to see how you get involved in the project when the children are also creating their own codes and their own apps. And it's really incredible. When we see this, I also love this part of seeing the children build something. It's really
They're so proud.
a bit magical. Yeah. So, and then it's magical, but on the other hand, that's when they learn that the technological world, it's not about magic, it's about working and doing and creating stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's it's very exciting to see how you present it, how you get engaged with it. So, and now I would like to talk to Ben. Ben is a software engineering student, and he's learning state-of-the-art technology. And now Ben is going to be an instructor at the camps. And so you have these two experiences, Ben. One as a student of real big technology at university, and the other one of teaching kids getting started with coding. So how do you see the RoboGarden camps helping young kids create useful projects? Tell us more about this.
So how RoboGarden helps students create projects depends on what level of coding they are already. What I like about the introduction to coding focus camps is that it teaches kids how to code in a more fun way. And this is fairly as important as taking those first few steps into the world of coding can be pretty daunting for someone at a young age. Coding can also feel like a lot like schoolwork. And when first learning it and teaching it in a fun environment, it helps it not feel like work and more like play. And so the kids really have a fun time when they're learning coding, and that enables them to like it. Teaching kids about coding can also allow them to start having ideas of what to code, and they start getting creative, start having inspiration, and that's really where projects come into play. Is when you're code, you're almost always coding projects of sorts. So by learning how to code, they're also learning how to make projects. In our camps, we also have students make their own projects after learning a bunch of content with their instructors. The final project for each camp allows for a fair amount of creative freedom for the students, and this is great for them to get experience, as for a lot of the students, this could be their first full-on coding project in order to get a working piece of software. And for students that are already comfortable with coding, learning good project building habits through the camp enables them to build projects that do useful things. I find that out of all the different camps we offer, the higher level app development ones really shine in terms of making useful projects, is that camp is a very project-based approach to learning.
Very nice, Ben. Thank you very much. So you're showing us that kids can already start doing useful projects and code with good coding habits. And it's certainly a way to prepare them for a professional life in coding if they wish to follow this path. So now I'd like to talk to Yusuf. So, Yusuf, why do you believe the RoboGarden camps are effective in teaching code? You're also an instructor with us, and I would also like you to tell us a bit more about what is the role of the teachers in the camp. So students learn it in a project-based way, as we learned with Ben. They come up with something useful and they do magic, as we learned with Nicole.
Yeah.
But what do you, as a teacher, do during the camp while they are having this online experience?
All right. Thank you for these questions. So I'll just start with the first one: is why these camps are effective. And really, the big thing is that a lot of these students are still young students, right? So they're still, all this stuff is very new to them. And so when they understand why, it's easy to learn the how. So they're understanding why coding is important, and that's like through projects and like through the projects and through the lessons. So it helps them understand why it's important. It helps them understand why we learn these things and why it's important in the real world. So when they understand, and then, or I mean, like the way RoboGarden teaches, it allows students to understand the why before the how. And when students understand the why, it makes everything much more easy to understand. And because it makes the students more interested, because when the students are interested, it's easier for them to learn. So, sorry. So yeah, the way the camps are structured at RoboGarden, it's also important that it's easy to teach, because if it can be a very powerful tool, but if it's not easy to use, then it's limited in its capacity. But that's the thing at RoboGarden, is it's very easy to use as an instructor and as a student, and that's where the role of the instructor comes in. You know, a lot of the projects, there's room for creativity, and as an instructor, it's important to allow the students to use that creativity. So it makes their, for their projects, it makes them like specific to them, but at the same time, make sure you cover all the key points which are already through the lessons. So yeah, that it really helps make the camps really very enjoyable, especially since it's the summer and the students, you want them to stay engaged, you want them to stay find it enjoyable. So yeah.
Very nice, Yusuf. And you're right, it's summer. It's a summer camp. They should be playing and having fun. And now we are telling them to learn coding during their vacation. So
Exactly.
you're right, it has to be a fun experience. And that's what we want to offer at RoboGarden. And now I want to talk a bit to some users of the RoboGarden platform. So here we have Miss Diana Ogla. She's the academic coordinator at Dome International School in Saudi Arabia. And this is an international school that has been using the RoboGarden playground already. And I remember the day we have been working together there. So I remember the day that Miss Diana decided she wanted more. She wanted the students to work on a more to be able to create freely, to go beyond problem solving, to go beyond the challenges that the student have to solve in the playground. And she made sure she could offer the camps to their students at Dome. So now, Miss Diana, I want to know why you thought it was so important to add the game builder to your plan and offer it to the students, and to tell us a bit of their experience with it, how much they were engaged, how they enjoyed learning, what feedback you got from the kids. Thank you for being with us, Miss Diana.
Good evening, Ms. Bettina. I am really Thank you for allowing me to participate in this discussion. In fact, in our school, Dome International School, we started with the idea that we need to equip our learners with all the skills they need for their future. So one from the things that it is now a must in our century is the coding. You can go everywhere and you can see that this it is extremely useful skill to possess the coding. So we started with RoboGarden, with the journeys that they have, with the missions. Our learners, they were excited in the beginning to go through the journeys to finish mission. They were like making it as a competition. I am done with this mission. I got the certificate, and they were so interested. Now we reached the point that the learners, they are coming to do the task, but you need this type of motivation or creativity from our learners. Now, in education, the needs of the learners are important, and we need to find the balance between the education and fun. So from that point, we try to find, we need the coding to be fun for them when they are going to the lab. The idea came, we need a solution. And alhamdulillah, we found a solution with the RoboGarden, with the playground, and with the games, coding with games, where it was available. And our learners, they learned new skills, which were very nice to learn how to design your own game, how to develop and implement it, try and error, which is the part which I really liked. So the learners, they know when they are failing in one task, this doesn't mean that they are failures. They have to try and try again to find out the solution. And at the end, the product they have, their software, it's their own game, the thing that they love. So they were so excited in making their own games, and they were showing each other, please come see my game. No, you have only one level, I have 2 levels. So this was really creative, and it take them to another step, that you can, in place of only playing a game using your tablet, no, you are creating your own game, and you can just publish it and let other users use it. So really, it was a nice experience, and we hope so that we will continue with these games, inshallah, and with RoboGarden. Thank you.
Very nice, Miss Diana. It's interesting when we have these interviews, everyone adds a little point to the conversation. So we started with Dr. Bassett with his vision of the code, and Nicole being excited at the magic, and the instructors telling us, Ben and Youssef telling us how the students involve and learn. And actually, we were still at an individual level. The students were learning, they were learning a lot, and they were having fun with it. And now you're telling me they were talking to each other, they were competing, they were sharing the games with each other. So we go much beyond the cognitive issues and the learning issues, and now they're interacting, and they're not showing it to the teacher and to the principal, they're showing it to themselves. So it's really nice to see how a project like this can get to life on its own, just by the students interacting with each other. So thank you very much for your contribution. It's really a nice experience to work with you, and and be surprised every time of what the students are able to invent on their own. So very nice. Thank you, Miss Diana.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to move to talk to another friend of ours, Miss Dr Omar. She's a programs manager at another school that uses RoboGarden. It's the Durat Al Sharks International School, also in Saudi Arabia. And Hadil, from you, I would like to know why you recommend students in the GCC to take summer camps offered by RoboGarden and Bow Valley College. Why is this important for children of this region? And why do you believe it's important to take part in an international level camp like the Bow Valley College RoboGarden camps? Nice to have you here with us, Hadil. We can't hear you.
Thank you, Bettina, so much. Thanks for sharing all this information with us. This has been really helpful and encouraging for parents and students. I'm going to jump right in. The summer camps offered by RoboGarden and the Bow Valley College are highly recommended for students in the GCC. In Saudi Arabia, the government's commitment to technological advancements and the Saudi 2030 vision has led to numerous programs promoting programming and software development among students of all backgrounds and ages. While these existing programs provide value, RoboGarden stands out by offering software development education that meets international standards. Your summer camps serve as an excellent starting point for students, allowing them to participate and acquire crucial skills such as self learning, self motivation, while learning programming within a structured and comprehensive curriculum. By participating in these camps, students can bring home their newfound knowledge and skills, setting a solid foundation for their future careers in the rapidly evolving digital era. With the ongoing advancements in the Saudi Arabia technological landscape, taking advantage of these summer camps is crucial for students seeking to excel in programming and software development. In summary, students in the GCC should not miss the opportunity to participate in summer camps offered by RoboGarden and the Bow Valley College. These camps provide an internationally recognized curriculum, essential skill development, and collaborative learning experiences and expert instructions, all of which are vital for students to thrive in the technology driven world of today and tomorrow.
Very nice, Hadil. It's very good to know that apart from being fun, it's also necessary. So countries need more and more to develop this skill at the national level. It's certainly important for the GCC community that is transitioning from a petrol-based economy to other economies. And we see this all over the world. So countries, municipalities that have lots of coders end up having more opportunities in the international landscape. So it's very nice to see you promoting this view and understanding the relevance of teaching coding at large scale. So thank you very much for being with us. And now I'm going to go back to Dr. Bassett, who's actually the co-founder and director of these camps. And now that we know about how they work and the impact they make among children and countries as a whole, I would like to know from you, what made you start these summer camps? What was the view you had when you started this whole story some years ago, Dr. Bassett? Tell us a bit about your vision.
Yeah, great, Bettina. You are returning us back to some nice days, which is the starting of the journey. So actually, the vision in RoboGarden is to have blended learning, actually to have a platform that gamifies the process and make it visualized, increase the engagement, provide analytics to the administration, they can extract results. So when we say gamification, this is fun for the kid, but not only fun. We have score and score as our colleague in this webinar set. This leads to engagement and competing, so students get engaged. Score leads to having monitoring of their progress, and then the administrator can see where the classes and they can control mass of students with such a few clicks. So the platform is actually to help the ecosystem of digital skills to control the process and also to have blended learning. Blended learning means that we are not replacing the teacher. Actually, we are helping the teacher to do the job in an efficient way. So the teacher actually in RoboGarden camps and in RoboGarden is actually facilitator. So it's facilitating the students to learn by doing. So the students is doing things. So what motivates us to do this? That we found as a founders, we found a gap in digital skills. Usually teaching this is scattered activities, such a game, such creating a big curriculum or reading a dry book, and the students is not able to apply, where to apply this and so on. So the concept in RoboGarden is to have everything as a mission. So the student is able to see a tutorial, listen to a teacher, then do. Listen to a tutorial, listen to a teacher, then do. So the students actually is doing, learn by doing, and in the background, the administrator is able to see the impact, see the results. On the other hand, Actually, in our trials, we are one of our partners, actually, SAIT, South Alberta Institute of Technology. Actually, they were our partner and still our partners for these nice camps for the last 2 years. And actually, in the last 2 years, we have more than 100 students, I think 150 students. And for each student, there is at least 3 or 4 projects created. So the outcome is a gallery of 500 schools. A 500 project is only from one province in Canada, which is Alberta. And actually, if today these camps are sold out in SAIT websites, so people are in wait list. So our camps are being communicated well to our clients. They see their kids are creating outcomes and putting something in the store, so the students are able to see their outcomes. So back to your nice question, Bettina, what make us do that is to have to see our kids not only excited about technology, excited about games, but creating their own games and starting their path to being a real entrepreneur.
Very nice. So that's certainly a good reason to join the camps at RoboGarden and encourage students to boost their technical skills. So I would like to thank all of you for sharing your thoughts with us and telling about your experiences with the camps and why you believe they are important for the children. So if anyone who's listening to us, thank you for your presence too. If anybody has a question, just type it in the comments below and we will answer it now. And you can also learn more about our camps by checking the link shared in the comments below. And it should be appearing now on the screen. So enrollment is available in Canada, in GCC countries, and in Egypt. We would really like to have you all working with us during the summer and for the months to come. So thank you very much for being with us all the time. And if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer. So I don't think we have any questions. So thank you for your attention. And we will be sharing this video with anyone who wants to know more about the RoboGarden and Bow Valley camps and how they engage students, how they help students be creative and understand the technological world we live in. Thank you very much.